So the problem that I have with the management immediately with the abdominal walls and the abdominals relaxed in the inhaling and then contracted for the exhaling is that it does not assess, it does not address when we have a too small range of motion for the diaphragm, meaning that when there are all those conditions in which you have a too low inhaling position contracted of the diaphragm all the time, I found more convenient to work directly on gaining range of motion there, playing a bit around with vocal positions, meaning with vocal collars, meaning with different degrees of co-activations, since I know that the American school has classically found that to overcome this problem and find the voice, it was convenient to get without many breath exercises, just where they have enough co-activation to have a true voice, meaning a voice that is expressive and is exactly the co-activated voice of the system in the moment and in the state of the moment. To me, now it was very smart, absolutely correct. It is still smart and correct. The only thing I have a problem on is that sometimes it takes too much time and it doesn't get exactly where we can go by working on the other side. Since also it is not anymore into the style to work on the colloquial voice, but it has taken place again in the last 20 years, probably. To me it started before, but it has aesthetically been relevant since the last 20 years that we want a voice again. So the fact is that the defensive system and the identity system, it gets too satisfied too soon by something that in my practice I find not being exactly the answer for the individual and especially the creative specifics of the individual. When we play around and we work by gaining range of motion, what happens is that we don't fix immediately an identity into the sound. You just say culturally, and from a training point of view, you have to train your system, so for the moment it's training, don't worry. Because from my artistic point of view and training point of view, I have always recorded that in this playing around, when it intercepts something that is meaningful and true for the individual, it will fix it. I don't know if simply it recognizes it, if it is that it intercepts some epigenetic yet activated since long time, even if not expressed into the vocal gesture, but I know that this is very strong. So to me the point can be, since we have no measure, and I have no measure of what is the optimal and all the optimals that it can be intercepted into, and we know that sometimes they find by expressing themselves, by singing somewhere, by stressful conditions in which singing, because they ask a choice, they ask a open-eyed choice, and they get beyond the colloquial use of themselves, or in performances. To me it's a powerful tool to make them find without that it's a luck finding them, and to say culturally, you don't have to recognize you, just play around. Why? It's like the workouts of Brett Contreras' geometry. It is true, but at the same time it can take away the identity veto that the system puts when it doesn't see that it has not all the epigenetic expressed into the gesture. But again, it's the art part of the job. We have to realize that there are options. To me this is a valuable option, but simply I wanted to state that it's an option.